In this video, we will learn how to build all of the crafts in the very first craft bag of the 2020 Imagine Summer Literacy Program at the Stevens County Library. We have a coffee filter butterfly, we have a pony bead inchworm marionette puppet, and we have some inchworms that move when you blow on them with a straw. So to begin, let's see what we have in our craft bag. The first thing is a sheet of instructions. We also have 2 chenille sticks, 4 coffee filters, 6 strips of origami paper, 2 drinking straws, and a snack bag full of 20 pony beads, 4 eyes, 2 craft sticks, and 2 lengths of yarn. So to begin, let's make our butterfly. The first step in making your butterfly, you will also need crayons and scissors for this activity. So our first step to make our butterfly is to color both sides of 2 coffee filters. So you have both sides colored. I pre-colored mine, so I could save a little time. Once your coffee filters are colored, you're going to accordion fold. So we're going to fold down the top end of one, and then we're just going to keep turning it over and folding that the same width. Turn it over, fold it again and again. Turn it over and fold it again. And I'll show you what this looks like once it's all accordion folded, because this might be a little tricky. Ask a grown-up or a big brother or sister for help. So our accordion fold looks like this. See how it's kind of a fan? Okay, let's do the next one. We'll fold the top down, turn it over, fold the bottom up, turn it over, fold the top down. These don't have to be super even, just so long as you have plenty of pleats folded into your coffee filter. Turn it over, fold the bottom up, turn it over, fold the top down. Okay, so now I have 2 accordion folded coffee filters. You will pick one of your pipe cleaners or chenille stems, and it's helpful if you fold this one in half. Now line up the 2 ends and squeeze it down to where it's folded in half. You can't mess up a pipe cleaner, don't worry. We're going to put our 2 coffee filters together like this, so it looks a little bit like a bow. Now take your pipe cleaner and fit it right in the middle of your coffee filters. And I've squeezed it a little bit so it's tight, so that the coffee filters are tight right between our chenille stem. And then we're going to twist it together. So I'm twisting my coffee filters around a couple times, but you can certainly twist the pipe cleaners together. You don't have to twist the coffee filters. So once you have that done, this is just an extra step. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to take both ends of my pipe cleaner on either side of the coffee filters, and I'm going to pull it so that it's a little bit more rounded and not quite as flat. That's up to you. The next step is to fluff the coffee filters. Fluff them up. Just use your fingers to push those pleats out. And you can fluff them as much or as little as you want to. You'll do all 4 ends of your coffee filters. Oop. So you see I have a butterfly shape now. The next step, I'm going to put it down on my table and I'm going to curl my pipe cleaners into antenna. You can curl them as much or as little as you want. You could even curl it around one of the drinking straws that's in your craft kit to make a tighter curl if you want to do that. Or you can have a looser curl, or you can leave them straight if you want to. So now our butterfly's basically done, and you can stop here if you don't want to go on to this next step. But in your craft or in your snack bag, there should be 4 eyes. So you're going to take 2 eyes. They are little googly eyes, and they have a sticker backing on them. So they are sticky. If you can get this paper backing off of them, that one was pretty easy. So now it's sticky. This side's sticky. So I can stick it wherever I want on my butterfly to give him an eye. So let's peel the back off of the other one. If you need a grown-up to help you or a big brother and sister, ask them. So then you put the eyes on and you have a cute little butterfly. The next craft in our bag is a little trickier. And this one you're going to need your snack bag. And out of your snack bag, you need to take 1 piece of yarn. There are 2 pieces of yarn in there. So 1 piece of yarn. You will need 1 popsicle stick. And you will need 16 beads. So let's see, there should be 40 beads in there, so you have plenty of colors to choose from if you're going to be picky about colors. But I have 16 beads, and the instructions say to cut your strand of yarn into 3 equal pieces. And let me show you the way that I did that. I laid my yarn out. I took one end this way, and I brought the other end this way, and I just kept messing with it until they looked like 3 equal pieces. You're going to take a pair of scissors, so get a grown-up for help with this if you're not allowed to use scissors or if you have trouble. And I'm going to snip it right here. And I'm going to snip it right here. So we have 3 equal pieces. And we will take the first piece of yarn and we're going to knot it on the end of our popsicle stick. And this one might be tricky too. So ask your parents or a grown-up for help. I'm going to tie it 1 time around. And then we're going to tie it a 2nd time around to secure it. Then we're going to take our 2nd piece of yarn and do the same thing, but on the other side of the popsicle stick. So we'll tie it 1 time around and tie it 2 times around. So now you have a popsicle stick with 2 strands of yarn tied to it. You're going to take your 3rd piece of yarn and pick which bead you want to be the head. I'm going to use this green one. and I'm going to put my green bead on my string, and then I'm going to tie another one of those knots just like we did on the stick. I'm going to tie a knot here, a good knot, a double knot, so that it stays. So I have a knot tied to my bead, and then I'm going to string all the rest of my beads onto that string. Whoops, my string got a little frazzled, so here's what you do about that. You just twist it back the way that it looks like it needs to go. That should tighten it up so you can keep stringing your beads. If you need someone older to help you with this, ask them. They will love to help you do this. So let's see, this is probably the most challenging part, is getting all the beads strung on here, because your yarn might not behave and your fingers also might not behave. See, there we go, I just dropped it. So remember, it's getting kind of loose here and it's hard for me to put my bead on it, so I'm going to take my fingers and twist it around till it's a smaller piece of yarn. We'll get all of our beads on there, all 16 of them. Your craft kit has enough to make 2 butterflies, 2 caterpillars, and 6 inchworms. So you have quite a bit of crafts you can work on in that bag. And there should be a few extra pony beads when you get done. And that's okay. If you use them, that's fine. So I just put the last bead on my strand, and let's count them. 1, 2, 3, whoops, can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now on that 16th bead, we're going to take our yarn and we're going to tie another knot around it. So that's the end of our caterpillar. And again, this is a little bit of the challenging part here. You might need somebody to help you, and I understand. So now I have a good double knot there. I have a string of beads. So I'm going to take my popsicle stick strings and I'm going to tie the loose end of the first piece of our string around the first joint in our caterpillar. So right behind his head, I'm going to tie the end of our first string. Again, another double knot, a good one. Make it tight. This is really good for practicing your manual dexterity because it's even tricky for me. Okay, so we got one tie. Now we're gonna do the second tie. Loop it around, loop it through. Okay, so now that one's tied on the head of our caterpillar. And then we're going to take the second string and we're going to tie it behind the 10th bead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to tie that one between my pink bead and my black bead. So we just loop that through. We're going to tie another good double knot. Now, you can be done right here, or you can take your scissors and carefully snip off the extra strands, the dangling strands. And I say carefully because I've practiced this one a couple times, and more than once I've cut the wrong string. Okay, now you have a caterpillar marionette, and what you do is you hold him up and you inch him along the table by twisting your wrist to make his body go up and down and up and down. So if you do a puppet show with your new marionette puppet, I would love to see that. And our final craft in this bag, you might need, if you want, a pencil or a marker. You don't need it, but you can use it. And then you're going to take one strip of paper. I'm going to start with a blank one. The pattern ones might be a little tricky to fold. And the first thing you're going to do is you are going to fold your paper in half. So now you have a shorter length of paper. Open it back up. And you see how you have a crease in the center here? There's a crease line. You can see the line right there. We're going to take our outside edge and fold that to meet that center crease on the inside of the crease. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So fold that outside piece to meet your center crease. So now you have a piece that should look about like this. Then we're going to fold our outside edge again into the center crease and the other outside end into the center crease. And now our piece looks like this. And then we're going to fold it in half again. So you have a little tiny piece of paper. Remember, it started out looking like this, but now it looks like this. Now here you can take your scissors and you can round the edges if you want to. This is not required. You could also make your edges pointy. You just want to make sure you're just cutting the corners off and not cutting all your folds. So I've rounded my edges off. And then when we open up our folded paper, we have a little guy that's shaped like this. And you set him down on the table like, oh, you might have to straighten him out just a little bit. There we go. Set him on the table like that. You can take a crayon or a colored pencil or a marker and draw a little face on your guy. And then you take your drinking straw and you blow on the back of him. And he creeps along the table. Let me get him better. You might need to, there we go. You see that? So you could race all of your little caterpillars with your friends, your little inchworms. You have 6 opportunities to build an inchworm in here. So you have enough craft items to make 2 butterflies, 2 caterpillar puppets, and 6 inchworms to race. So I hope you build all of those things and post pictures of them to Instagram and Facebook so that we can see how well you did and that you're enjoying your crafts today. And don't forget to come back next Friday and pick up more crafts. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next Friday.